Ooh, just having fun. Friday. Oh.
It's time for a little Funky Friday.
Hey, it's
From
Tom.
their funky hidden headquarters, your hosts, Keith and Gerry. Not Gerry.
Yeah, it's fun. I like that song. So it's Friday. Yeah, here we are, guys. It's another beginning of a weekend. So I hope you guys had a good week. It's been a weird fucking week for me. I don't know about you guys.
It's the beginning of March. Come on, everybody get excited.
Oh, it is March 1st. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's the beginning of a really cool month for a lot of fans.
So hold on. Sorry, I had a March hair.
But
So yes, for this Friday, March 1st, moment of Zen. Here it is. Let that soak in. She is Princess Kahar, the beauty symbol of Persia. 13 young men ended themselves because she rejected them.
to do what?
She looks like first cousin to Pancho Villa.
You know what? Life is a series of choices.
I'm just telling you, man. The Princess of Persia. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Just life is a series of choices. That's all I gotta say.
Is it that she rejected them and they ended themselves? I'm just curious. Or did they just blind themselves? I don't know.
Well,
Or maybe that's why they ended themselves, because they had to blind themselves to love her. I don't know.
no, maybe. But look at this way: if that rejects you, what are your possibilities for the future?
Yeah, I know.
You're better off dead.
My fucking God. I mean, Jim Henson couldn't make something more hideous.
Hey, if that's your party, enjoy it. That's all I gotta say. I'm not here to.
Hey, we got Read by Nature's in the house saying hello to us. Dragon Ruse is here. Oh, our amazing good friend Penny is here.
Penny.
Let's see who else has joined us in love of my life, Anima Confusa is here.
Yeah.
That limey prick Andy Morrow is here. Love you, buddy. Yeah, he was pissing and moaning about the weather. I'm like, you live in England, for God's sakes. It's like it's the best thing you're known for is your crappy weather.
It's all right.
Let me put it this way. When I was in the UK, I traveled multiple times to go see the Cliffs of Dover. I never got to see them because of inclement weather. Every single time, it was either torrential downpour or fucking fog. And I never got to see them the whole time I was in England.
Wow.
So you're up north. I'm supposing that's Durham City. Okay. It's a Doomcock night for you. You're going to be watching that tonight? All right. I don't know how he does that. Like hours of karaoke.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
7-hour show. Wow. Dope.
No fucking way. No.
Man,
I can barely tolerate you guys for like 2 hours.
What?
Oh, fine. Be that way.
So everybody, I hope you're having a good Friday. Yeah, I jumped on the birthday celebration, posthumous birthday for our good friend Gil. And fucking Rob Bankus just called me. That's what that was. Jesus Christ. My friends have no clue I do a show on Friday. Doing it for years. 5 fucking years. Well, 4. Doing the channel for 5 years, this show for 4. Ron Jeremy. What about Ron Jeremy? You just
Deal.
throwing porno star names out randomly.
It's fun.
Oh, Tori Wells. I got like porn Tourette's. Jenna James.
That would be interesting. The afflicted.
Harry Reams. Harry
Afflicted?
Reams. I'm sorry, I'm having Tourette's. Porn Tourette's. Oh, I get it now. You're saying the photo. Yeah, the photo is no. I got to tell you something. He just looks like Mario from Mario Kart. That's Pancho Villa right there. Would you like to sleep with my sister?
Wow.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Oh, wow.
It will be me, myself, and I tonight. I'll handle this from here.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
I'm going to be an asshole.
Gonna be?
I'm gonna call Rob. Hold on.
Hey, Kings.
Sup, Kings?
Well, somebody's having a good Friday.
What's up, man?
Oh, I'm doing a show. I do it every Friday at 3:00, and you call me in the middle of my show, but I decided to call you back live on the show so everybody can hear my fucking retard friend, Rob Bankes. All right. So, on your way home? All right, buddy. Hey, look, I got to do this show right now. I'll give you a call later. All right. Say hi to everybody, Rob. I'll talk to you later. Fucking Rob Bankes. Now, you've met Rob, Keith.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big, tall. He's a super dude. He is a really super dude. But when I first met him, he'd walk around doing things like dick, 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 just making these weird noises. And I turned to Jason Stewart, the guy that introduced all of us as friends. I said, "So what's up with that guy? Is he retarded or something?"
Demonetized.
Actually, really smart. I don't care. You get demonetized. I thought he was so funny, and we've been friends for years, since the 90s. So, but anyway, yeah, I dropped on Gil's birthday stream last night to wish him a posthumous happy birthday and to say hi to everybody. It was really nice. Canadian Spider-Man was there. Cam was there. A whole bunch of people. Teague was there. Michael was there, Comic Relief Crusader, and a whole bunch of other people I've never hung out with before. So it was nice meeting everybody. And I feel just awful that he died. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And I said it during the show. I said, we knew what killed him. When you're taking that kind of medication, if you're not careful with it, it can lead to heart conditions and other problems, because there's always the risk of overdose. So it could have been one or the other with him. And it's really funny, funny, not haha, but ironic that somebody, I don't want to say their name, but they had said that they always thought that that's what was going to happen to him. And it just breaks the heart, man.
Yeah.
And he was in constant chronic pain. And I do know what that's like because I'm in chronic pain all the time too, but not to the levels he was at. Mine is still manageable at this point. His was pretty bad. So we miss him. And it's just not as happy a world without Gil in it. Cardinal Sin, you guys might know him as Cardinal Sin. So anyway, yesterday was his birthday celebration, and it was really nice. They did it. It went on for hours. It was really nice. Hey, I see Zach's is in the house. So is Scribelight. Okay. Real Wade Nation Gaming is here too. What's up, Wade? And of course, well, we've got a video for somebody.
Yes, I'm ready.
You want to play it?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. Fuck you. So, it is Friday. Are you at work right now, Zach? Or you could join us if you want to. What happened to Steven?
We lost him.
I hope he's going to be back. Dragon Ruse. I mentioned Dragon Ruse. Oh, and Cal's here. What's up, Cal? So, there we are. And oh my gosh. Vanessa Del Rio. Sorry, I still have porn Tourette's. That was man, she was a porn star back in the 70s and going into the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
He had a beastly clit. And a buddy of mine, artist buddy of mine, he would like go, I think she's a dude. You can't have a clit that size and not color the penis. Like that shit's ridiculous. It really is, or as he would say, redonkulous. So, but it's Friday. Welcome to the party that never ends for 2 hours. We are going to talk. Oh, War Monkey is here too. Look at that. War Monkey's here. We're going to talk about some interesting stuff that's happened over the last week. I don't know. What do we want to start with? Did you watch Doomcock's video?
No.
Yeah, Doomcock's latest. It's not looking good for. Yes, this is our new logo for Huge Ass News of the Week. The financial dumpster fire that is Disney.
Wow.
And we love Doomcock here. He's, if you're gonna love cock, give me Doomcock.
Oh, jeez.
Oh
man.
I know.
Like that.
I'm off next week. I'd love to. Yes, on a morning stream next week, if you'll have me. Wednesday will be good because I game on Wednesdays.
We have a surprise guest.
Oh, John's here.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, I had some issues, so I had to come home, and now I'm feeling better. So.
Oh.
Well, that's good.
I had some leftover Taco Bell from lunch from yesterday.
Oh, dude. No.
And yeah.
Oh,
and it didn't.
Man, that's too dangerous.
Yeah, that got me the other day. Yeah.
That should
And I had to come home, so.
Yeah.
You have your hand over your butt running with your legs together.
I got home, I took care of things. I feel much better now. I almost went back to work, but I'm like, by the time I get back, I'd have like an hour and something left. So I'm like, I'll just pop on and say hi and see what's going on.
Well, here, if this will help you feel any better. That's the Princess of Kahar.
You mean the Prince of Kahar?
It says princess,
I don't know.
known for her beauty as a symbol of Persia, and 13 young men ended themselves because she rejected them.
Okay.
And as I said earlier, Jim Henson couldn't make a more fugly Muppet.
That's I got to quote Austin Powers on that. That's a man, baby.
Oh, life's full of choices.
So many choices, and some people don't know how to make them. So let's see how we doing. Sammy is here. What's up, Sammy?
What's up, Sammy?
Sammy Threepeat. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Read by nature, E. coli bell. Yes, I'd like the salmonella burrito.
Shanatsky's in the house.
Hey, what's up, Shanatsky? You want to do it?
Allow me.
Yes, there you go.
There you go.
What is? Oh, what's this? What did you send me? James Gunn image there of this beautiful woman. Who is that? Keith?
Say what?
You sent me something from James Gunn with a picture of a woman.
That's Rachel Brosnahan, Lois Lane.
Lois Lane.
Oh, that's Rachel?
Yeah.
She looks totally different with long hair. Okay, that's pretty gorgeous.
Yeah, that's a TikTok video that was just sent out today. For those of you that want to check out Rachel and what she has to say in this video, straight from the set of, from Atlanta. So.
Oh, so they don't. Oh, I hate them. They don't allow you to pause TikTok videos, assholes. So I got to share screen. Share screen. Share screen. Share
She's
audio.
an attractive young woman, that's for sure.
She's Lois Lane.
Yeah.
He is very pretty. See, there it is. All history and ghostly historical haunts. There's that image.
Ah.
All right, so here
It's
we go.
gonna haunt me forever.
Mm.
Oh, let's not worry about copyrights or anything. Jesus Christ.
Let's talk over it. So.
Oh my God.
Do it
Ah.
Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Jesus Christ. Why
So
would
we
you
got-
say she says something when she doesn't?
We got
Sorry.
both Corn Sweat and
That's you
the
getting us copyright struck.
so
Well
she had both Corn
played.
Sweat and the kid playing Lex Luthor with her.
Well,
He's playing Lex Luthor?
Yeah, you can't tell because of the hair or
Yeah.
lack of it being follically challenged.
Oh, did she shave down there or something?
ah. God.
What are you telling me, John?
Now I remember why I wanted to go back to work so badly.
Yeah.
Hey, Radioactive is here. What is this? Corn?
Corn Sweat.
What?
That's the
Which one?
name of the kid playing Superman now.
Yeah.
Corn Sweat.
Ah, okay. So I'm Radioactive. Does anybody remember that band?
Yeah.
They had Jimmy Page until they went to go perform live, and then they acted like they didn't want him, and he goes, "Fuck you, mate," and he left.
Yeah. The Firm was the
The
name
Firm.
of that.
Yeah.
That band really skyrocketed, didn't they? They got one song. They got one hit.
Hey, the lead
Thanks
singer
to
was
Jimmy Page.
the lead singer decided, well, I don't need this band anymore. Waited a few years and he fronted Queen for a while. So
Really?
yeah, that's the first guy they picked up after the Freddie Mercury had left, and he was the guy that they initially had.
I guess that didn't last.
It did not last.
I don't remember his name, and nor do you.
But
What a hit.
I also sent you a picture. This is the first photo released from the set of Tron Ares.
Oh yeah, I
Really?
saw it. Hold on, we'll get to that. I want to do this one real quick
Yeah.
before we get to that one, because this is the big shocker. Our friend 24 Fusion Media posted a video and about this story. So if you guys don't check out his video, you're missing it. Here you go. They are rebooting with a race swap, apparently, and Ryan Coogler, who directed
Black Panther.
Black Panthers, is going to run this show here for the X-Files, and they're rebooting it. And somebody said, "Is it going to be called Malcolm X Files?"
Oh my goodness.
I don't have a problem with them doing an X-Files show. They shouldn't reboot it. They should do another pair. And, that way, if you wanted to use somebody of a different ethnicity or gender swap or whatever you want to do, it doesn't hurt the original.
And
No, it's a continuation. I just like the word reboot.
yeah.
If it's a reboot, that means they're going back to the very beginning to start the show and recasting.
Yeah.
That's
All
what
I know-
a reboot is.
All
But
I
they-
know is Chris
Hollywood
Carter
doesn't-
decided to say yes to it.
Look, man, Who says no to a big payday? God bless him. He hasn't had anything else, you know.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to do a Star Wars film, a film about his experience with Star Wars when he was younger. And it never happened. Instead, we got that other dude's movie, which is not bad, but I don't know, man. He's too connected, so it's hard to feel connected to his movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember it, it's an indie film that he put out that got helped by Steven Spielberg as one, and Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, everybody's kind of featured in it as characters, and it's like, and he went to Hollywood and met all these people, and like, you know, that's awesome that happened to you, but if you're going to put out a movie about the Star Wars experience, you need to be a nerd that's not going to make it big one day. You know, you need to just be a nerd and tell the story of being a nerd and seeing Star Wars the first time.
Yeah.
I found the film disappointing, and I ended up, I think I gave it away. The BBC files. That's right.
Oh, that's true.
So,
Whoa.
I don't know, man.
I see nobody's changed since the last time I was on.
Nobody's changed.
Yeah.
Underwear, socks. What do you mean?
They're typical comments.
In the chat? Well, yeah.
By the way, here's our ratings to Tim.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me
Bob?
Tim.
Bob?
It's not Ralph.
Big Mitchell is here. And of course, Tim is here. And Lady V just dropped in the house. What's up, Lady V?
Lady V.
So, I don't know. I guess before we get into some of the stories, I'm just going to talk a little bit about having seen Dune. And as much as I really enjoyed a lot of it, and I got to tell you, most of the cast were amazing in it. I mean, really. Dune 2 or Dune Part 2 was really kind of a good film in many ways. But in the end, I have to say, I felt they betrayed Frank Herbert. Denis Villeneuve, director. I believe he betrayed Frank Herbert's vision. And I didn't like the fact that, you know, the story is supposed to be told from the princess's perspective.
That's somebody in the back.
Yes.
Who's here?
Delta 6.
I don't know who that is. Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Keith's not here, huh? Is he here?
Yeah, Keith's here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he invited me over.
He's the black guy right there.
Oh, I met Keith from Geek Time TV.
Ah,
Oh.
That's who I.
White Keith,
Yes.
albino Keith.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Oh, that's cool. You're good friends with Keith.
Yeah, we both have that channel over there. We both do videos and live stream. Well, we haven't done a live stream in a while, but we do videos for Geek Time TV. I remember I was on your channel. I was on your channel years ago. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a channel now?
No, we do.
Oh, well, share it in the private chat so Martin can share it out.
Oh, sure.
So,
yeah,
I got to tell you
what you said just now. That's perfect timing because I totally agree with you. By the way.
Yeah, because look, two things pissed me off, and it started in the first film, and I already was having problems with it in the first film, is how they were playing Shawnee, and now we find out that there are two factions of the Fremen in the film verse, and it's like that's not in the book. And a good point here is the fact that it's not being referred to as Frank Herbert's Dune. This is Denis Villeneuve's Dune. And it's disappointing because I'm not going to give away any plot points. I'm just going to point out that some people seem to really be smitten with Zendaya as Shani, I don't like Shawnee. I thought Shawnee was a spoiled brat,
Yeah.
a very
I agree.
self-absorbed, spoiled brat of a character. And how can you like somebody like that? You had somebody like that in your life, you would go, okay. And then you would walk the fuck away from him. Go have your bad fucking mood somewhere else. You know,
her character was the worst. That was my biggest gripe with this movie, and I can't get over it.
It's the only real gripe I have.
Yep, I totally agree.
I love
one
Florence
thing-
Pugh in this as the princess. Her costumes were really off-putting. They were not attractive in any way. And I think they were trying to go for that 40s look, and it just didn't work. But I got to tell you, the person who knocked it out of the park, that kid, Timothy, what's his name?
Chalamet.
That kid nailed Paul. And I don't mean like nailed him like on a date. I'm talking about he nailed Paul Atreides. He really looked the part because Paul's 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
And he looks like a kid. He really does. And his fight scene with Fade, holy.
That was awesome.
Really. Now they changed a couple of things that I didn't like. The reason why they did the two factions, and I'm not going to go into any spoiler territory here, but the whole point of having two of them is to show that one portion of the Fremen are at odds with the other portion, the North versus the South, or the pompous, stuck-up, smarmy, know-it-all Fremen versus the deeply religious and faithful Fremen, who are that's the Fremen from the book. And Stilgar, wow, that dude, oh my God. Yeah, is there anything he can't act in?
Yeah,
and just nail that part. I mean, my God, Bardem is amazing in that part of Stilgar. But the film felt like it was kind of shitting on him as a character.
Yeah,
they were kind of mocking him at points.
They were mocking him, yep.
And I did not like that. And but suffice to say that there were changes made to it that I felt didn't work, and it really took away from it, because there is a mystical, powerful world. Shall we say the Force? That's where the Force came from, from Star Wars. It was borrowed from Paul Atreides' abilities, the Schwartz. My Schwartz is almost as big as his. But I thought a lot of it was handled well. I really liked Rebecca Ferguson. Wow, she as Lady Jessica, she nailed it. This is look, go see the film. Go see the film. It'll be good for you.
I was telling people
put you through puberty.
Yeah, I was telling people on my channel, like the people who are not familiar with the story will probably enjoy it more.
Well, people who are normies will just fall in love with this, that have never read Frank Herbert and can't see some of the betrayal done by our, Denis Villeneuve. And look, I've had problems with him before. I had problems with what he did with Blade Runner. You have to maintain the DNA for it to be a true sequel.
Well,
and he didn't.
Well, I think my interpretation of what Villeneuve's trying to do is he's trying to make it seem like everything is really from different vantage points, when in reality, while the princess Irulan is the one telling the story, there is a reason why it has to be Paul's story, because you have to kind of experience everything from the outside, from the view of history of this young man's rise, but also from Paul's point of view of being in the center of this storm. And if you try to rewrite everything to make Zendaya's character seemingly someone who sees what's coming, it ruins the effect, because there's no way you can see it from her point of view. As a young person reading the book Dune, you have to be placed in Paul's shoes so that you can be at the center of something massive and understand what it feels like.
Experiencing it with him.
Yes.
And the thing that really annoyed me was how he can show how great a character Jessica is, and Jessica is not the queen; she is a concubine.
Yes.
And then turn right around and make Shawnee have issue with that. Is stupid.
It is
because
stupid.
A concubine can end up being more powerful and more beloved than a queen, because that's who the duke or king is wed to, really emotionally.
It's almost like they have her pushing against what's going to happen further into the story. The thing is, you're
where
writing.
are they going to fucking go with it at this point?
Yeah. Well,
You know,
they're gonna make you wait. I hear Villeneuve wants to wait a few years for everybody to get quote unquote older, and my argument is, how much older do you need everybody? Some of the people that you've cast, you can't wait a few more years.
Yeah,
And
they're
on top of
already
that-
kind of up there.
Yeah.
Now, I want to point out that I felt really disappointed with one character as far as not seeing much of him, was the character of Thufir, because he was a little more prominent in the story, and he kind of just disappears in the film, and that kind of bugged me. And it's played by what's his name, Stephen McKinley, black actor, and I thought he was really cool in the first movie. You know, that scene where he rolls his eyes up into his head to do the math, the equations. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. I thought, oh, they're going to do Thufir right. Yeah, they just dropped. Then he just sort of dropped the ball with this film. I felt it was very disappointing by the end of the film, and I'm not going to say why.
Apparently, they had shots of him, but they didn't leave it in the movie. They had shots of Thufir Hawa, but they
should have kept it in there.
Yeah, there was a lot of like these scenes where you're just hanging around, and you're like you're just the Fremen's factions are kind of like barking at each other. We didn't need all that. You could have put so much other stuff in there, much more important.
Oh!
What's going on?
Who we got here?
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh, Shanatsky.
Greetings,
Hey,
program.
Shanatsky.
I'm doing some scouting at the moment, so I got a couple minutes.
Okay, gonna leave everybody in limbo and not explain what you mean by scouting? Are you Boy Scouting? What does that mean?
I'm looking for stuff to kill. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Well, now you've made us all accessories. So
Yep.
Awesome.
No,
Awesome.
but
delete this show after we're done here.
I will burn your ass in a second, Shanatsky.
but I really love Dune, so I had to give him my 2 cents on audio for this.
No spoilers. We're avoiding spoilers.
You talk about it's that, you know, they made Chani into an angry teenage girl when
an angry, spoiled teenage girl.
Yeah, when the entire point of her character, and they don't like this because they consider it passive or it's not a modern woman. Never mind, it's like 20,000 years in the future. She doesn't necessarily like not being his official wife, but she supports him because, surprise, surprise, he's the one who's liberating her fucking people.
Yeah, one relationship is for political purposes. The other one is the one he's going to have babies with, and he's going to allow to have managerial control over everything.
Yeah.
How much does
the concubine is?
Yeah, how much does Chani love Paul? Let me put things this way:
0.
People come to. Yeah, no, but book Chani.
Yes, book wise. Yes.
Oh, book
yes.
wise.
Yes, yeah. Just going with it, this is what they took. People come to challenge and kill Paul, and Chani shows up and kills them, basically saying, "You're not even strong enough to take on me. You have no chance against him. I will fucking kill anyone who goes against my man." She fucking
I will
loves
also
and
point
protects
out
him.
there's something else missing that I disliked, was the weirding. Was
What? Yeah.
nowhere to be found. They don't.
Well, it's like
it's not there.
No, because that would be admitting that Paul has something to offer Fremen, and that would be him teaching her how to be a better fighter, which is absolutely
Even my
not.
name is a killing word. I mean, this is why the miniseries and hey bud, your mic when you're not talking.
Okay.
Shinaki.
Second.
Yeah, wind is like loud.
I'm on Arrakis. I'm sorry.
So basically the Dune miniseries and the 1984 film did it better structurally, story-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's odd because that's one of the biggest criticisms of the 84 film, because so much was left out. But the fact is it ended up being a better story than what we got here. So
The miniseries
I
is-
still love so much within this film, because like Josh Brolin as Gurney was, oh my god, balls to the wall, amazing. Dave Bautista, best version of Beast Raban I've seen. Absolutely. And I don't like him. I think he's a dickhead. But absolutely did a great job. And Stellan Skarsgård, oh my god. I would actually pay to watch him read a phone book. That's how good an actor he is.
My Arrakis, my
the
dude.
Baron. And again, I cannot say enough for Florence Pugh in this. She was gorgeous as the princess. Rebecca Ferguson as Lady Jessica. The one that almost went by without me even realizing it was Léa Seydoux, the French actress.
Yeah, Léa Seydoux.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until I got a closer. I'm like, oh shit, that's that actress that did a lesbian porn film.
Oh,
It's pretty hot.
I thought you were going to say the last two Bond films. So
yeah, she was in those too. But she did a lady on lady porn film that's soft porn, but it's pretty graphic. So I'm like, yes, please. So I'm a guy. And you know what? Austin Butler.
Oh fuck! He stole the movie. He stole the movie.
He's so creepy looking because they had to put false skin over his eyebrows and his head. That's a skin cap. It goes all the way down to the tops of his eyelids. And he said it was, if they put it on wrong, man, it was really uncomfortable. But he fucking nailed that character, Fade. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Sting as Fade. Not that great. It's what made that scene great is Paul Atreides, Kyle MacLachlan. I will kill you. It's like Sting can stick to the music, man. I love his music. Cannot act.
Well, I think
there was another character that these two movies kind of really dishonored, and that was Liet Kynes, one of my favorite characters in the book. And not putting aside the gender swapping, you
gender race
guys, and then she never. The character never comes up. You never learn that the character was related to Chani, and how Paul and Chani kind of bonded over the fact that both their fathers died, and
which him
being forget about her.
All with the Fremen, exactly.
And the one who's kind of been leading the Fremen all this time into this paradise, and little by little, and you never hear from that. Frank Herbert himself in an interview said that the death of Liet Kynes, which they kind of messed up in this movie, in the first part of the movie. The first part was a turning point in the whole book, and they kind of just threw it aside. I don't know.
Yeah, it fell. No, everything that should have been set up and should have been massive wasn't in this film. Charlotte Rampling surprised me too. She was the head of the Bene Gesserits, and I kept looking, going, "Who is that?" And finally got a close up and went, "Holy shit, man!"
He's got a great.
I did it, but a lot of young men spanked to her back in the 80s.
Oh my!
You know what?
Was gorgeous.
He is great with the casting, but it just seems like the script failed. I mean, his interpretation is failing the incredible abilities of the actors that he's gathered. I mean, how often do you have a book as big as this, where you've got almost 90% of what you need cast-wise to get it all correct? And again, you wait a few years, how old do you think Jason Momoa is going to be to come back? Spoilers to come back. If you're going to wait,
cloned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it almost doesn't matter at this point. And then to have made the subtle changes, I will say this: if he's as big a Dune fan as what he was saying during press for the last film, then it would seem like certain people got to him to make certain changes to this movie to make it more palatable for certain people.
For normies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for certain
political
people,
slants.
Because to do what they've done to Chani sounds like that's more of an interpretation for modern day sensibilities rather than having
just makes me hate modern people, the people that think that way.
Yeah,
think that being a spoiled, selfish brat is normal.
Because that's supposed to be a love story on the level of Romeo and Juliet.
Absolutely.
It is a
young
deep
people.
It is a deep, that's the other thing. How young everybody is. It isn't just Paul. Shawnee's also young. Fade is young, but he's been aged by the fact of his lifestyle. You know, living on the planet, you often forget how young these characters actually are.
Yeah.
And
15 years old. I just looked to make sure. I knew it was 14 or 15. 15 years old is how old he is in the book. By the way, look, we need to move on to some other subjects here.
Yeah.
At least one before the top of the hour.
Just my last statement.
Can I make my statement I was about to make? Can I? Yeah. Can I? Thank you. If you watch Star Wars, especially with the deleted scenes, when you watch Dune, Denis Villeneuve's version, you see Biggs with the Jason Momoa character of his best friend. I forgot his name.
Mm-hmm.
That is Biggs in Star Wars.
Yes.
Clearly, George Lucas was inspired by Dune. The Force, you know, the Jawas, everything, Sand People in particular are like the Fremen.
Yeah.
But Biggs is clearly the same character, Jason Momoa. And if you watch the first part of Dune that he made, you can see resemblances, like really obvious resemblances between Luke Skywalker and Biggs, between Paul Atreides and Buddy. So anyway, Shanatsky, your point.
Is that the story felt like it's a religious story at its core, like belief, all that other stuff, but it's made by an atheist. That's what this feels
Well,
like.
that's why they created the faction, the Southern Fremen. It's not in the book. In fact, it plays such an important role in the storytelling process to remove that in any way, shape, or form. And by the way, both of the people that are mocking the Northern Fremen, females. Do you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little agenda there too.
Well,
teenage young females mocking.
They do that
Stilgar.
because of what's coming. You know, they do that because they want to make it seem like not everybody fell under, his sway.
Which was bullshit.
Yeah, everybody did because they had long been suffering. Here is your deliverer, and this is someone who is about to deliver you onto the promised land. And to have people just skeptically go, well,
maybe, but maybe it's something else. Maybe it's just shit happening.
And it's even worse that it's one of the people who's skeptical is one of the people with him. It's like, hey, I love you, but
it's like that scene.
He's not the Messiah.
It's like that scene on Simpsons where Marge and Lisa are like, Lisa's like, well, maybe we learned this from this situation. Marge is like, no, that's not what we learned from this situation. This is about such and such. And Homer goes, what are you guys talking about? It's just a bunch of stuff that happened. That's Dune, the new Dune.
Yeah.
So, but still, great performances in the film. The cinematography is gorgeous in it. The effects were really good. I mean, it is eye-poppingly good. It really is.
Yeah.
So I would, if I were to give this a score, like, let's go 10 potatoes, because I'm the couch potato critic. 10 potatoes. I would give this about a 6. I would give the first film 7.5. And that's still, in my opinion, it's over the halfway mark. So it's not completely sucky. It's just when they leave out stuff like that, I'm not totally going to enjoy it, and I'm not going to buy your fucking movie. I watched it and I enjoyed it.
What you're saying can be resumed in it's an okay movie, but a bad adaptation.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'd agree.
If you don't know Dune or like Dune or care what Frank Herbert wrote, and you think that Denis Villeneuve and Mike Murphy are the kinds of filmmakers that should take something written by a master storyteller that wrote masterpieces and can do better than them, then that's your kind of film.
Yeah.
But people like me who actually give a shit about those masterpieces say, hey, it takes an arrogant prick to think that they can tell with a modern eye a better story than the master wrote. And to them, I say, fuck you. And so this is my fuck you to Denis Villeneuve for fucking with Frank Herbert stuff. But at the same time, nice film. Not great. Not wonderful. It was nice. It wasn't like getting, a stick in the eye.
No,
I would rather see this movie than a stick in the eye. So,
wow.
Okay. All right. We're done with that. Before we hit the top of the hour, we got about 14 minutes here. I guess we can talk about huge ass news of the week with the was it real or was it AI? Well, the picture on the left was real, but the picture on the right was AI. That is not his suit. It didn't even strike me as potentially real. Yeah. I'm like, that is like bad 80s TV suit right there. No, that is not the suit. And dude, there's no way he beefed up that much either. I believe that he'll beef up, but he's not going to have a thick like a sausage neck. Look at that sausage neck.
Yeah, they're already in Atlanta. They are already down there. The sets are, from the picture that was released, the selfie, he still has a thin neck. So, I mean, whatever he's about to do, it's going to happen soon because
I hope they give him some roids.
Or they will fix it in post.
Yeah, that's a Marvel move. You don't want to do that.
Don't do that.
I didn't say it was a good idea. I said that they could do it.
That's a Marvel idea. That it means the same thing as bad idea. By the way, I want to welcome some more people here. It looks like we've had some more people drop in. We've got Parrot Head dropped in, and Words and Pictures has dropped in. And of course, my buddy Teague is here.
Hello.
I got to hang out with Teague a little bit last night on Gil's birthday birthday party. That went on for a while, dude. I looked and saw it was still going when I went to bed.
It was still going when I left for work. I went back and was at the very last.
Yeah, that was
20
4
minutes
o'clock
of
in the fucking morning. It was still going.
Yeah. It was so 5 a.m. my time. I woke up and I'm having my coffee. I'm like, I look at my phone. I'm like, live. He's right. So I just clicked on there.
Oh,
and I used my pass from last night.
Take it easy, buddy.
Something. Yeah, hey guys, something came up. I got to drop out. If you guys are still on when I come back, I'll try and jump back in. But right now, I'm afraid I got to split. Enjoy the rest of the show,
everybody. Have a good Friday.
We'll do.
Yeah, you missed. Were you still there when Doomcock showed up?
No, I
Did you see that?
I had to work.
Yeah, no, you were under pressure, and I hope you got. I hope it was a productive.
I got some work done.
That
boom,
was
baby.
You really need to go back there and check. Like about 5-10 minutes after you left, Doomcock popped on, and it was for about an hour some of the best YouTube I've ever heard.
Wow,
that's fantastic. I said hi to him while I was there. I said hi, Doomcock.
Yeah, you kind of left.
He knows. He knows who I am. We talk.
Yeah, that good guy. He kind of you went in one side of the revolving door and he was coming in the other, and it was just there were so many people there. It was epic.
It's like my dating life.
Wow.
Yeah. Cloning another hand.
I see White Keith is here.
Hello. Are we done with Dune? So you don't wreck it for me?
We never wrecked it for anybody.
No, Denny.
All right. Well, I was
wrecked
scared.
myself.
I was scared. I know.
Denny Villeneuve wrecked it.
Did he?
Thanks.
I didn't
That's
wreck
what I
it.
was trying to avoid, Gary.
No,
Oh,
I'm just going to tell
shit.
you, see the movie. It's,
No,
it's,
you should
look,
like
it's
it.
a worthwhile watch. It really is. Look, man.
Is it a
that
bad
kid,
story of the
Timothée
book?
Chalamet nails it as Paul Atreides. Nails it. He is so fucking good as this character. I know a lot of people talk shit. Viking, my buddy Viking. I'm not going to watch a Paul Atreides boy that wears a dress. Separate the actor from the fucking movie. The movie character, he nailed the character. I don't care if he dresses like a girl in public. The guy nailed it here.
I thought he was good in the first one.
He was good in the first one. He's great in this one.
Okay.
Does he do that thing, the baby girl thing?
I don't know.
Look?
I don't know.
I've always seen him kind of
look. He is
seems
not the
just like a
most
rock
masculine motherfucker I've ever seen.
No.
You know, he's not my kid or responsibility. So what he does in this first class,
I think he mostly dresses the way he should.
Austin Butler, on the other hand, absolutely a steamy hot dude. If I swung that way, Austin Butler, dude, that dude is fucking.
Really?
That guy permeates sexuality.
He's purdy.
He has got Elvis's soul.
Look at the time.
I noticed how
White
Gary
chocolate
says
key.
if he swung that way.
That is Nestle's white chocolate key. So, best performance in the film is Timothy. Absolutely. Next performance that nailed it, Josh Brolin. Next one is Stellan Skarsgård. And I don't like Dave Bautista. I think he's a lefty fucking idiot. But god damn it, he nailed this fucking character. He was great as Beast Raban. The best Beast Raban I've ever seen.
He's the best actor to come out of wrestling as far as his acting skill. He wasn't bad in that not so great Blade Runner movie. I guess Villeneuve Venue likes him.
Yeah, apparently. Or Dave Bautista threatens him, and Denny's kind of a pussy. And
I would just do what Dave said. Like, yeah, you could give a larger part in the next movie. No problem. Why don't we call it the Dave Bautista movie, Dave? Not a problem.
Rebecca Ferguson as Lady Jessica. Fucking great performance, man. She is really good in this film. I was a little freaked out that we didn't see the birth of the daughter in this film.
They didn't want to do the time jump
they avoided the time jump completely because there is a time jump.
Yeah.
And so they left it completely out, and that kind of hurt the film too.
Yep.
Story-wise.
It did, because that time is when Paul builds up his reputation among the feminine. It's much more believable that they follow him after all that time, because he shows them who he is and can lead them.
Exactly. And the conversations between the daughter and mother is internal dialogue. Right. And so they found a way still, but I don't know. I was disappointed. I don't want to tell you what happens. I'm just telling you, don't expect to see the baby. So,
what
biggest disappointment in this movie? Christopher
that
Walken?
Freaky kid. Oh, okay.
I was very disappointed with his performance. I didn't think it was much. What, Keith?
Wait a minute. So they completely just skipped the whole Lady Jessica being pregnant.
No, she's pregnant.
Yeah, as her husband's killed, because they kind of sort of allude to that in the first film, and they sort of just skip over all of that in part two.
No, it's still there. I mean, she just drinks the water, and the baby's impacted by it.
She's not born. She's not born in the movie.
Okay,
they discover that she's pregnant after she drinks the water, because they were unaware she was pregnant. And when it hits the baby, all the Bene Gesserits are like, "You're pregnant," and it's a good scene. I'm not going to tell you any more than that. This movie you should watch.
Thank you.
Big disappointment, Christopher Walken. That's all I'm going to say about
Yeah.
that.
Wow,
What?
Really?
I just felt like they could have just had any old doddering old man.
Yep.
When you get Christopher Walken, you want Christopher fucking Walken.
You're coming at me all wrong, Paul.
Yeah. You're talking to me all wrong. You know, you expect Christopher Walken, a little shrug movement. Got none of that.
The Sodacar need more cowbell.
So I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. We're already nearing the top of the hour. Let's go ahead and do the ad right now.
Are we going to do the ad right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now.
Right.
All right. I'm going to sit back and enjoy.
Right now. Right.
I'm trying to take on the banner. Damn.
Now. Right.
No.
Right now.
Meet the Seattle Vigilante. Like
Right
so many
now.
comic heroes, this warrior hides his identity. But his identity isn't the only secret he has to keep. After grievous wounds received during combat, Tier 1 operator John Russell begins to recover and comes to terms with his new reality of being an amputee. And as he learns how to use his new prosthetic limb, he finds himself caught up in the bureaucratic red tape that too many wounded veterans experience, the exhausting medboard process. Out of sheer frustration, John takes it out on the criminal scum of the city. But when reality kicks in, John realizes he started something that's having an impact on the greater world around him, and thus has to reevaluate his motives. And moreover, just how far is John willing to go to finish this war he's declared against the criminals in Seattle? And will he even survive? From the creator of IDW's award-winning graphic novel Code Word Geronimo comes a new story about a different kind of warrior, Vindicated Inc., the first of its kind disabled veteran action hero comic. The Vindicated Inc. graphic novel crowdfunding campaign on fundmycomic.com is provided in the description of this video. We hope you become a contributor. Please share this link. Thank you.
And last thing, Pop Culture Minefield, you only watched it for research, Gerry. Research on how not to adapt a masterpiece. That's the research I did. How not to adapt a masterpiece. There you go. You should look, man. It's you get this all the time. Like I just saw one. It's like Tom posted. Midnight's Edge posted a capture of somebody's article. It says neck beards and
I saw that.
Don't like the new X-Men 97. It's like this isn't for you. It's
Right.
like, but neck beards are the ones who built the X-Men.
Built that,
We're the ones who, we're the ones who made the money. So yeah, we get a say in it. Fuckhead.
I shaved my neck this morning, and I think it looks like shit. How's that for?
I've got hair on my neck.
There's a witty rejoinder for the people who said that. You know what? Like you can shave all you want. It's not going to grow any more talent.
Well, that article was on the Mary Sue, was it not? I mean,
Yeah,
the
it's just
source.
garbage. Yeah. it's garbage.
Quick reminder: facial.
Actually,
hair
I think
is
it was
a
your
sign of high
tweet that-
testosterone.
It was my tweet.
It was your tweet I saw that was making the comment about that article.
Oh yeah.
That's how I saw the same article you did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I share a lot of these posts out because I love my friends and the shit that they say. I love shit talking because I am a shit talker. I will
You're a
talk
really
shit.
good provocative tweeter too.
According to their own,
I get
according to
really good
these-
numbers on some of my comments, man.
according to the rules of the Southern Poverty Law Center, the Mary Sue's a hate site.
It is.
It is.
It hates
It is
Americans,
Oh.
real red-blooded Americans. It hates us.
Yes,
Some
yeah,
amazing
people right.
big ass news or huge ass news of the week is that Kevin Conroy, they already recorded his performance, so he will perform posthumously as Batman, and Mark Hamill is returning as the Joker.
Oh wow.
I don't know anything about the project, but I am excited for this news that we get one last performance by Kevin Conroy.
I thought it was the part 3 of the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Is that what it's going to be? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
See, I didn't really read it. I rely on the fact that I have a panel to help me discuss these things. So, John, thank you for expanding that. Keith, anything that you know about with it? No. Mike, Keith, anything?
No.
So this
No,
isn't the new series that
What an
Ed
amazing
Vicker was
I
involved.
have today.
No,
they what was it? December, I think, or was it November? The first one released, and the second one's coming out this summer, I think. So the third one will probably be this next winter.
Next winter? Yeah, so I'm opening up now. So exclusive, Kevin Conroy's Batman and Mark Hamill's Joker will appear together one last time in the upcoming animated film. IGN previously revealed that the late Kevin Conroy would posthumously voice Batman once more in the upcoming movie Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth, part Trace. Now, we've learned from a source close to the production that he'll be joined by Mark Hamill's Joker, as well, featuring the final reunion between the two Batman animated series voice actors. We can reveal the full voice cast right here, which includes Kevin Conroy as Batman, Mark Hamill as the Joker, Corey Stoll as Lex Luthor, Brian Bloom as Adam Strange and Sidewinter, Alicia Rotaru as Black Canary, Armin Taylor as Jay Garrick, Cynthia K. McWilliams as Dr. Beth Chapel Cheetah, Dean Winters will be playing Captain Storm, Jason Spizik as Blue Lantern Razor and Hayseed, Brett Halton as Batlash and Captain Atom, and Ashley Birch as Nightshade and Queen Mara, and Katie Sackhoff as Poison Ivy. I'd like to see her
first
play
of all,
Cat.
there were no such thing as Blue Lanterns in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so, and same thing with Batlash and all the others that they've dropped in there.
So Conroy and Hamill started voicing Batman and Joker back when Batman the animated series debuted back in 1992. And I remember watching the pilot episode in a hotel moving from California to Washington. And I was floored at how good that was.
Yeah, I like the whole the retro Art Deco look. It was kind of like the Max Fleischer Superman.
Took the theme from the Batman films.
Right.
You know, Danny Elfman's theme.
Yep.
But it was not Danny or Tim Burton's Batman. It was different. It was more like the comic Batman.
Yeah, it was more loyal to the actual comic.
Like the old comic. And so Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 2 will release on April 23rd of this year, as IGN exclusively revealed as part of the Fan Fest earlier this month. That film sports some big names, including Darren Criss as Superman, and Earth Superman 2, or Earth 2 Superman, Stana Katic as Wonder Woman and Superwoman, Matt Bomer as the Flash Barry Allen, Meg Donnelly as Supergirl and Harbinger, and Jimmy Simpson as Green Arrow.
Wow.
So I guess Green Arrow is the same on every planet. Boring.
Stataconic is a really good actress.
Green Arrow, a Batman knockoff.
Haven't seen much of Stataconic since her television show went off the air. So,
well, I think this is wonderful. I think this is wonderful. We're going to get this. What do you guys think?
I'll have to check it out.
Look, I have not been impressed with this new company that they hired to do all of their animated films. I've not been as impressed with them as I was with the last group that they had and all the storylines that they were able to put out there. That being said, I'm not saying it's horrible, but now it's time to throw something. But I'm just saying.
Are you saying throw some shade?
Throw a little shade. Throw a little shade at Marvel and Disney, because it's like, what are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They ain't doing nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Nothing. Warner
It's
Brothers is going on almost 30 years of animation with all of these characters, and Disney has done next to nothing with the exception of What If. That's it.
It's produced by George Costanza. What we got? Nothing. Everyone's doing something. What are superhero stuff? Nothing.
It's all about nothing.
The best show they did was that Spectacular Spider-Man, but that was out of Canada, wasn't it?
I can hear De Niro right now in the background yelling, "You ain't got nothing. 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 Nothing but a dog and pony show."
I mean, they have all these great comics. You could be doing a full animated Thor series, and I'm not talking about within the style of what they've done up to now. You find some really good artists, you get some really good artwork, and you just go cosmic with Thor, and that would bring the freaking house down. But they can't even do that. You know, you've got a lot of characters, and some of them, given the current money problems, some of them you won't be able to get to. I say go animation on it and just do that. You know, but for whatever reason, Disney doesn't want to do that. They have more than enough characters and stories. I mean, almost 75 years, 80 years of stories to pick from. And you're telling me you got nothing. I mean, the occasional series built around the occasional character to maybe get a few toys sold to young kids. But you can't make any animation that's for the rest of us, you know, for the slightly older kids that are too young, for the childish versions of stuff that you put on the Disney Channel and Disney Plus. You can't make a Captain America series.
Well, how about if they just started with like Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars?
You could
introduce everybody
properly and not have to worry about anything. And again, what they should do is just go ahead and do a Luke Cage animated series, and put all the characters associated with that. You could even have Daredevil and all kinds of. I mean, all that stuff would play, but no, they're not going to do it. They're afraid. And this is even going back when they had money, when they were doing stuff, when they had talented people making their movies. And now your movies suck. Your television
stuff sucks.
Your streaming stuff sucks. Your comic books.
Oh,
You want them to suck because that seems to be a part of your personality now.
Stop beating around the bush, Keith. What do you really think of these comics?
I love Marvel Comics. I am a big fan of the Fantastic Four, and I have no faith in what they're doing with this movie. I think Pedro Pascal is the wrong person to be Reed Richards. I still stand 100%. By what I said before.
I don't believe he's smart.
I believe that you should cast someone like, say,
John Krasinski.
Matt Smith would, if John Krasinski wanted to do it, he'd do it. He's not going to do it. But I say Matt Smith because his version of the Doctor when he was playing it, that's kind of Reed Richards. You know, that's what I would like Reed Richards to be. Someone who can have, even in the middle of a conversation, you can tell he's thinking 20 different things at the same time, maybe more. And in the conversation, be arguing for something and then argue against it. I mean, he makes it natural. That's Reed Richards. You know, and he's already done a Marvel film. It's not like he's against comic book movies. Get Matt Smith. He'd be a hell of a lot cheaper than well, not, you know, House of the Dragon now, but I think he'd be better in the long run as Reed Richards.
He'd still be affordable because he's on a hit show, but he's not the star.
Actually, he might as well be because his character, when House of the Dragon hit, that was one of the things you heard was about Matt Smith's character, Damon.
Yeah, it's good for him. It's good for him, but I don't think that it's going to up his paycheck.
I think
as much as
was
you're saying. An award will up his paycheck.
Yeah.
Did he survive the season in House of the Dragon? Or
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'll be in season 2. They're not going to get
the
rid
only
of
one
character.
left. He kills everybody else. Didn't you see the ending?
No, I rely on everyone else for my pop culture.
Oh, also, this is the biggest shocker of that series. The House of Black are all black people.
Good to know.
Somebody was
Don't
so
know
forward
quite what to
thinking,
say.
we're going to have this group called the Blacks, and we're going to cast black actors.
Written by Larry David.
Written by Larry David.
May I add one more thing to it? If you're not going to have Matt Smith, you should have David Tennant and make him Reed Richards. He kind of
David
looks
Tennant's
like
pissed
Reed.
off a lot of fans right now.
He
so.
has, but
Matt kept his mouth shut.
True, Matt did, and he actually brought Game of Thrones back. House of the Dragon basically soothed over a lot of bad feelings about the final 2 to 3 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Not for me.
How about Anson Mount? I think Anson Mount might maybe
Mm-mm.
could do it. No,
Anson Mount needs to go on an apology tour.
Well,
shows to make up for what he's done.
Yes, no, he's been so effectively destroyed on Star Trek Discovery. You can't respect him. He sits around and waits to be told what to do, and then accepts credit. In every episode, it's the same thing. I don't know what to do. Una and Uhura hold his hand and lead him to the end of the episode. Then the Admiral comes on, Black Admiral guy, and he's just like, "Good job, Pike." And Pike's like, "Yes, I did do a good job." And all the women like exchange a knowing look, and they're like, he takes all the credit, and he's like, all self-satisfied. It's like you had no effect on the outcome of this episode. You were in 6 minutes of it.
See, that requires watching Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem right there. I don't know these things.
The other thing
I tried. I will not watch it anymore. It's
the thing about Anson Mount versus David Tennant and Matt Smith is that physically David Tennant and Matt Smith physically resemble Reed, but they also have his body.
Yeah.
The thing about Anson Mount is he's a guy that's in really good shape.
Yeah.
Reed's never been in that good a shape. He is
I was
like
thinking of his
a
face.
beanpole. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
David Tennant, I know David Tennant's the purple man, but remember, Kevin Feige decided he was separating everything out from Netflix. Anybody that was in Netflix, according to Kevin Feige, it doesn't count really. So David Tennant could get recast as Reed Richards, and you really wouldn't have to hardly put any gray in his hair at all.
Let's get Timothy Chalamet. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
He's a little on the short side, but hey, that's all right. You know,
but isn't he about the right? Reed Richards is a little younger than some of those people, right?
You could have Chalamet play Franklin.
How about him for the role of Sue Storm?
No, but you could make him Bobby Drake.
Oh, you know, I'm thinking instead of trying to go for movies, I think
that was
DC
cold,
probably
Keith.
be better off
going. See what I did there?
Going for television, because that seems to be the only thing that they've done halfway competently, but they keep fucking killing things.
Yeah,
I know. Well, I do have to say, Reed, you know, if Matt Smith were cast as Reed Richards, I think it would work. I have a picture here of Matt Smith that really proves that he would probably be good for the part.
It's like,
He's got like a really long face. His face looks stretched. That's what made me think.
Why the long face,
Bruce.
Matt?
Why the long face? Why the long face, Bruce? Man,
that was quite a
I'm
stretch,
not saying
Gerry.
he should be one of the Fantastic Four, but I don't know. If you had Bruce Campbell as a support character in the Fantastic Four show, that would be amazing.
I'd make him the mailman.
I was going to say Willie.
He's a guy in that world.
Make him Willie.
Yeah.
Make him Willie. I would have Bruce Campbell kind of sort of replace Stan Lee and just make him Willie and have him appear throughout a lot of different Marvel television shows and movies.
I agree.
We got to forget about his appearance in No Way Home, where it's idiotic.
No, it was just a variant.
He was also in the.
There you go.
He was also in the Sony Spider-Man films.
Yeah,
I'd let him. It's Bruce Campbell.
I love the guy. Yeah, I'd love to see him in a real Star Trek show too. He tweeted a picture of himself dressed up as Kirk in the chair, and it was great.
Oh, he's a huge Trekkie.
Bill Shatner didn't like that.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see his post about it. He says, "Well, then
No.
go follow him." Then is what William said.
Why not both, Bill? Did you see that woman sitting on his lap at the airport and how happy he was? It's like, please.
I bet his penis was happy too.
He said that in so many words. You said it right to her. Like, he has no F's to give anymore. He's like 3 weeks from his 93rd birthday. He does not care.
Yeah.
Hey, pop culture. This was sent to me by some black dude I know, Keith. This is Anita Ekberg, a Swedish actress who is also a trained and skilled archer. And in 1960, she had a remarkable encounter with the paparazzi. After warning them to leave her alone repeatedly, she beat one up. Undeterred, they continued to follow and pester her. She retrieved her bow and arrow from her car, warned them one last time, and she then drew back and shot one of them with an arrow. Anita Ekberg was never bothered by the paparazzi ever again.
In jail, right?
It's 1960. You can get away with a lot of stuff.
He died in 2015 at 83.
Wow.
So, look, the paparazzi get their name from the character Paparazzo in the movie 9.5, I think was what it was.
It was a little bigger.
Oh,
I'm just telling you, this is 9 inches right here. From thumb to pinky, that's 9 inches. I always do that, and like everybody will go, and they'll go, "Wait, how do you know that?" And I went, "I just know." I've been doing that since I was in high school. Girls will go, "How do you know that? How do you know that's 9 inches?" I just know. It's something that guys know. Now that's what you call a Viking girl. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. By the way, other good news that came about over the last week was Sylvester Stallone is abandoning California.
Yeah.
As so many have. I've got a lot of friends in Hollywood that are no longer there. They're
Did you see him explaining it to his daughter? It was great.
Oh yeah, that was really good. She's like, "What?
Yeah.
Really?
For reals? Like, no way." He's like, "Yeah, we're like out of here."
I'm surprised he didn't leave when his buddy became governor. But I'm fun.
Tulsa. He's headed to Tulsa.
He's headed to Tulsa, and my boss, Dale Dye, and his wife Julia, which I have to finish some artwork today. After we finish the show here, I've got to finish a book cover. They have owned a farm in Texas for a better part of a decade. They just finally moved there last year. They just couldn't take California anymore. It's abusing those that are it abuses entrepreneurs and business owners.
Oh yeah, well, New York's not far behind, if not taking over. Did you see what they want to impose in New York? This congestion tax on cars. So, like, if you're in a busy spot of downtown with your car, you're going to have to pay extra.
That's a way for our mayor to distract from the fact he's going to jail.
It's unbelievable.
He's
going to clear that place right out.
First of all, they've talked about this before, right? And so nobody really wants it. However, as a New York City resident, and I was in Manhattan today, I would say this. Maybe private cars, you could say, all right, we're going to say, private cars, no, like only so many congestion taxes. If you want to take your car to Manhattan, that's a luxury because so many people walk around and run around. And this way we can have the buses go faster than a slow walk. But delivery trucks, things that people need to consume, you can't put congestion pricing on something like that. If somebody wants to come from out of town and go to the theater, it's never going to affect them anyway. You're only going to be beating up on the people who work here who are already just taxed to death. They can't do that. I can't pay more than the $2.25 I'm already paying for a Coke. A 20-ounce Coke, for God's sake.
I was going to say, I was thinking of maybe how many ounces is that?
It's a 20-ounce Coke. Yeah. You know what? The mayor's on his way
or
to jail.
grams, I should say.
And so is the other candidate in the mayoral race. New York is a failed state. We have one viable party. The other party does not even try. The guy who they put up for mayor, he attacked someone on TV. He just doesn't know how to act. And he's been a problem since the 1970s. My father, the only person I ever heard speak ill of was Curtis Sliwa.
Wow.
He beat up another New Yorker. You're going to hear Spanish in New York. Curtis, have you ever been here before? Have you been to New York, Curtis? We have a police department. We don't need vigilantes in funny hats, okay? Just go home. You're 60.
Wow.
Hey, if Batman shows up and he wants to do it, that's cool. But, this guy's no Batman. Maybe baseball Batman. I mean, you don't run a candidate for mayor of the nation's most prosperous city whose interview happens in his mom's apartment with his 9 cats because that's where he lives. Like
really?
Go to rent some office space, Curtis.
Did that really happen?
Google it. It was fucking. How do you think an idiot like Eric Adams got to be mayor? He was the third place ballot. He had the most third place votes, and I think we did away with tiered balloting because the next ones weren't. Although the next election we voted in, we had the same people running as Democrats and Republicans. So I don't know what the hell to tell you about my town, except that I'm glad that they redistricted AOC away, and I somehow didn't get George Santos. I have a non-insane person. They're not great, but they're not insane.
Well, going back to Hollywood, I do want to go back because there was a story that came out last year, if you guys remember it, that Mark Wahlberg's been pushing to turn Las Vegas into the new Hollywood. And it's been getting some traction from what I understood. Fox Business even did an article on it, which is where I read it. And nobody else is talking about it, but there's a really good chance that they could do that because that town really could, now that it's not run by the mob, could really realistically become the new entertainment center of the United States.
I mean, they're already getting, they've got every major sports league moving in now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So there's a really good chance. And I think there's a lot of people that support Mark Wahlberg and what he's wanting to do and turning Las Vegas into a new studio city for making film and television.
You know, if California loses Comic-Con, which they still could, and they end up getting Comic-Con, which is what they've been aiming to do, and taking it away from San Diego.
Wow.
You're done. You're done.
Look, San Diego has been moronic because they don't take care of their guests or the people that are coming to the show by offering them affordable, decent parking. It's the worst parking situation you've ever seen. I've been there. I was a guest at San Diego, what was that, 2011, I think. And I went there with Dale and Julia and for IDW. And wow, wall-to-wall people. And I hated it because I don't like being around people and especially in large groups. And I felt like I couldn't breathe. It was so fucking tough in there. You could smell everybody's breath.
Ooh.
It was just,
that's it. The Javits Center's like that.
A little bit of perspiration in there too.
You would have made a killing if you had been selling things like antiperspirant and soap and.
Yeah, it all hovers at 3 feet off the ground to about 5.5 feet. Carry this just this middle. If you're above it, you're okay. If you can get below it, you're okay. But it's right in that. Yeah,
funk zone. It's called the funk zone.
The funk zone. That's what it is. In the Javits Center gets like that. For New York Comic-Con, we had to speak there a couple of years ago, and we got stuck. I was going to have a total claustrophobic meltdown. I couldn't move. Just packed in with people just pushing you, and it's awful. And, I'm not super tall, so that made me crazy.
How tall are you?
Bob spent a lot of money on that
5'8".
building.
You were under 6 foot. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Keith and I would tower over you.
Everyone towers over me. My daughter towers over me. She's 11.
Oh my God. How tall is she?
No, she's 5'3", but she's tall for her age.
Yeah, that's the same height as Zoe.
Edson, your daughter's tall too. Abby's tall.
My son
he's almost
5'6". He is exactly the same distance in height from me as he is from his mother. He's right smack in the middle between our heights. And Zoe is just a little shorter than him. And no, I stand corrected. 5'8". He's 5'8". So he's same height as you. And what's funny is, if Keith and I stood next to you, you probably look like our gay child, our gay parent child.
Wow.
Gay couple raising a child. Like Arnold between Andre the Giant and Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I'd be honored to be mistaken for your gay child.
Yeah,
I know my wife would be surprised.
Wait a minute. What happened? Mel would say. When did this happen?
It's like, okay, honey, it's all about team. Look at the flowers, honey.
Sometimes
It's
you
all
just
about
got to
team.
take one for the team.
Did he just call you daddy? No. I mean, he's my actual daddy, not the other one.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
So I thought I'd give you a little sneak peek. I shared it on Twitter the other day and on Facebook. You get a taste of a humorous moment in Vindicated Inc. I don't want to share the panel before it because it tells you too much of the story, what's going on. But here you go. And you can see some of John's sense of humor in this scene. As he exits the back of the van, Bill yells at him, "Hey, were you born in a barn? Shut the door." And he goes, "You've been working in there for a while. I'm just airing it out. I'm not saying you stink, but the van stinks of you."
That's it. That's right on topic.
That's what made me think of it, so I'm going to have to put that on there.
Nice.
The van
Smells like a
stinks of
Comic-Con
you.
in there.
I'm not saying you stink, but the van stinks of you. That's the kind of acerbic wit that John has, which is mine, the way I zing people.
I'm just
So
saying
John's
it's
a dick.
really progressive of you to have him visit a gay bar and then
And
shoot
of course, here we see Isaac's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, jeez.
Again, your moment of zen. She was Princess Kahar, the beauty symbol of Persia. 13 young men ended themselves because she rejected them.
Oh.
Actually, I think that's just Pancho Villa hiding out. He didn't actually die. He went to Persia to dress as a
Laying
woman.
low.
If she
Laying low as a
rejected me,
woman.
I think did they end themselves or did they simply die of embarrassment on the spot when that
I
turned them
don't
down?
know. I don't know if this is even true. It just cracked me up when I saw it on one of the history posts on Twitter. It just cracked me up. I'm like, Jesus.
Just repost a picture of Anita Eichberg and cleanse the palate again. So there you go.
Boom, baby.
There we go.
That's a good idea.
Woo, I
Shoot
can
your
feel the
arrow
distance.
through my heart.
Yeah,
It's like orange sorbet.
There's
Phil-
look, I'm a big fan of side boob, but I prefer inside boob.
But feel the testosterone grow.
'Cause
Yeah,
that's the inside boob right there. That's the inside boob.
there you go.
I shut all the men down. They're all broken now.
No, we're not broken. Just like, okay.
Any last thoughts on this bullshit image? Because the one on the left is real. And at first I thought, what is that? Is that like styrofoam? That would it just come out of packing?
That's what it looks
No,
like.
it's snow.
It's
It's supposed to be snow. He's at the Fortress of Solitude, is what it's supposed to represent. What do
already
you guys
better than
think of
Snyder.
the symbols now? I mean, they keep getting further and further away from it being an S.
I agree. I'm not happy with it.
I feel
Well,
like that's all they're doing. They just every
It
movie
looks
wants to get a
terrible.
little
Dude,
further
it-
less
it-
like an S.
It's
No
the
one
kingdom
wants to
come.
share the licensing money. They want to make it original enough so that they can keep the fee. So every iteration is a little less original and a little less cool because someone else already thought a way around the copyright, is my guess.
Yep.
It looks closer to the original than than they were in the comics in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
You
At
bet,
least it
Cam
doesn't
Cam.
mean hope.
It was great chatting with you on the show last night, buddy.
Yeah, great stream, Cam. At least there's a Fortress of Solitude and not a crashed Kryptonian
Hey,
ship from 20,000 years ago.
Also,
For us to
anytime you want to
ponder.
do a stream and don't have Roger Athay on there, I will join you. I hate that limey prick. No, I'm just kidding. I love the guy. I did that on the show last night and it cracked him up. I said, "Oh, I didn't know Roger Athay was going to be here. Oh, I shouldn't have come. I hate that guy or that limey prick."
Just address him as Ozzy.
Ozzy. Cam
Okay,
Cam's
Al.
crash courses. We need to thank Canadian Spider-Man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You did a great job last night. And we now follow each other. So
he's a better at getting through the cycling through guests and getting to everybody's questions than I'll ever be.
Well, I think that it's important for people to not, expect to be the one that stays all night. That's why I just came in, said hello, said what I wanted to say, why I was so brokenhearted when he died. Superman makes his fortress. It wasn't always there. That's right.
Not in Snyderverse, though. The Snyderverse has a crashed Kryptonian ship for us to wonder why the hell it's there 20,000 years before Superman, and somehow associated with Supergirl. That's Snyder's Superman really made no sense.
Not much of anything he did made much sense, but
Super Stalker, who
first
only
of all,
cared about
Zack
Lois,
Snyder's not even a real person.
I hope not.
You guys are just
After
making
reading some of those books, it would be great if he was just an AI image. It's like he's an
He's
amalgam
a
of other
figment of
unsuccessful
your
filmmakers.
nerd imagination. Stop talking about him.
They cloned him off of J.J. Abrams.
He's the Easter Bunny.
Whoa! I was with you up until you mentioned JJ. JJ is a thing unto himself. Him
and his acolytes are just horrible excuses.
If all those guys, if everybody that has ever worked for J.J. Abrams were to suddenly and mysteriously decide they were just not going to be in the entertainment industry anymore, and all of them left with JJ, the collective IQ of Hollywood would go up.
All the fools sailed away is my favorite Dio song too, Keith.
He's still pressing forward with his Black Superman idea, and I'm still just sitting.
Is that really happening? Because I heard he's circled back to go
the Superman that was based on. Remember, it's the based on Obama. Just remember that.
No, not that. Not that. No, he's not doing that. He's doing the Black Clark Kent thing. He's not doing. Yeah, no, that's the reason
he's
why
not doing Val-Zar. He's doing.
He's doing Clark Kent.
I see Destiny's Captain is here, as well as Monkey Jeebus. So, and of course, Cam. So, welcome to the show, guys. We are on the last half hour of the show. We've already talked about news subjects. So, what do we want to talk about now, guys?
Well, I mean, have all of you guys responded to? I mean, had a chance to talk about the picture that was put up of the cast of Superman Legacy?
Well,
are you talking about the fake one that I just showed?
Do we have
no. The picture that was put out there on Instagram.
Oh, Tron Legacy. I'm sorry. You mean Tron? No. What are you talking about?
The Superman Legacy.
The one that Nathan Fillion took.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion's selfie with the cast.
Oh, yeah, I didn't care about that.
Okay, then we can talk about Tron Ares. The picture.
I am so not excited about that. I can hardly wait to never watch that movie. I cannot stand him as an actor, Jared Leto.
They put him in that?
He's not a good actor. I don't care that he got an Oscar. I don't care. He got an Oscar because he played a trans person. Is why he got
lost like 30 pounds, I think.
Too. Anybody who played that role would have won that Oscar.
Right.
Probably true.
I just cannot stand him. I can't stand him as a person. I can't stand him as an actor. I think he's an ephetophile. And go look that word up. Because I know how to distinguish. I don't like.
He likes young girls.
Yeah. He doesn't like prepubescent girls. He likes girls who have gone through puberty, but under 18.
Yeah.
So, but look, I want to keep us on a positive note. So here's another moment of Zen for you guys to enjoy. Had the audacity to deviate from my usual black clothing and wear a gray knitted tunic, and just got asked how the Crusades went.
That is a smart pickup line. Notice she's in the library. So that's
I know.
Just a flesh wound.
Pretty lady, nice sweater, nice assets. Yeah, I would try to strike up a conversation with her on any grounds possible as well.
There you go.
Anita.
Could you help me straighten out my Longfellow?
I
need Anita.
A woman that will literally beat you up and or shoot you with an arrow. Yes.
But hey, I recorded this by request from the lovely Anima Confusa. This was her favorite clip from Shogun, the original Shogun.
Wakaremasu ka? Where? You're an unpleasant little bugger, aren't you? Hi.
Little bugger, aren't you? Hi.
Richard Chamberlain.
Richard Chamberlain,
king of the miniseries.
I like when they piss down his back and tell him it's raining. That's his
oh, and
welcome
they
to
left
Japan.
the pee stain on him too.
Yeah.
He
It's the
stands
welcome
up,
to
you see
Japan,
the big
motherfucker.
dark area on his back where he got pissed on. Well, he said it. He set it up by saying, "I piss on and so the guy stands on his backside and pisses on him. Tron, I like Tron. I will see this movie probably if it comes out, if it's not woke. And when I say woke, I mean overly socio-political identity politics. If it actually is a good story, I will watch it. I'm going to watch the reviews of the people I trust.
Read.
I
got the bad news.
Three of those people are in the British Isles. You got Critical Drinker.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Cullen, the Irish guy, and Mr. H. Once I get reviews from those three, then I go see something because I trust that because they watch movies the same way I do. Same critical eye.
Yeah.
Throw Mauler in there for me too. All those guys and throw in and throw in Mauler.
Mauler, I should know that name.
EFAP. You should. Yeah. Well, hello, dear viewer. That guy, the guy with the really great voice.
I don't know.
Oh, he's always on Nerdrotic.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't watch Nerdrotic. I used to. Back in the day, I just don't have time. I keep up with Doomcock. Is the one big show that I watch. That and Midnight's Edge. Which, by the way, last week's video, or what's it this week? This week's video that Andre and Tom put out was really good. What was that one? Good grief, that was a good video. I think it was dealt with Disney again. Their breakdowns on Disney, are some of the best. And Andre is just somebody he's one of those people that could read me the phone book and I'd listen. I'm like, I can hardly wait till we get to the ends.
I also listen to Dave Cullen. I like Dave Cullen's.
Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Dave Cullen is one of my favorites.
Good.
Hats off to him for withdrawing a major part of the Picard 3 review. When he said Captain Shaw was a bad character, that takes out 30% of the whole show.
Yeah, he was the only thing that was great about it.
He was the acting was great, but remember, at the end of the movie, idiot Tuvok, who needs to have his phone taken away and take a Valium, worse than I ever did, kind of just unravels that whole story on us.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's the two that really, don't get me wrong. I like the humiliated and resentful videos. Here, I'll share my screen over on Midnight's Edge. But the two best videos this week from them that I've watched is Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire from 6 days ago. And this one, A Bitter Pill. And I watched this after I wrote my review and I'm like, he says the exact same thing I said. He just says it better. I say it funnier. He says it better. Because he's very polite in how he shits on things. I'm not polite about it. I'm very crass when I take a shit on something and I don't like it.
Well,
but
the way I put it with what they were talking about with Shawnee and Dune is that we are at the end point in bait and switch.
Yep. Here's the two videos that I really like this week. This one here and this one. And if you get a chance to go to Midnight's Edge, those are the two to watch this week. This one's really good too. Don't get me wrong. But these two are spot on. Great reviews of the situation, assessments. So.
Oh yeah, how many? It's like every year at this time we hear like, Bob Iger wants more quality over quantity, and we're gonna reassess our.
He has painted himself into a corner now.
But they say it every year. It's so full of crap because that internal memo got leaked, and they're not gonna change anything.
No,
but
keep doubling down until they're totally broke.
Well, that's just it. They're going to keep doing it until somebody removes them. And that's why we're all crossing our fingers. I mean, look, we're at the same point we were with when Sherry Redstone was getting ready to take over CBS. And Keith and I were absolutely sold that she was going to come in.
I was too. I thought it was going to be the end of Secret Hideout. Yep.
But that contract that Les Moonves gave Alex Kurtzman,
yep,
screwed the pooch.
Yeah.
So
and now,
and then they extended him.
Well, did he give it to Kurtzman, or does the JJ had the contract first? And he
was Kurtzman. Kurtzman is the boss.
But while Kurtzman is in there, so is Bad Robot.
Yeah,
Bad Robot.
And that's why you can.
The minute they get rid of Kurtzman and his secret hideout, or as I call it, the dark closet, because eventually he'll come out of the closet. You've got that tie-in to J.J. Abrams because they're part of the team. They're a team. They're a couple. They're married.
And they have to do the 25% different because they have their own merchandising.
That's right.
So it's just going to continue down this path forever until they're gone.
And toy companies have drawn the line. They've drawn the line with Disney. They're saying, we're not making any more toys for you for these things.
Oh, yeah. Walk into an Ollie's. All you see are the Star Wars sequels toys and the streaming toys from at Ollie's for like $5.
And right now, the only thing Disney's putting out right now that's making any money is the classic Robin Hood figures, because they're really high articulated, they're large, and they are really cool looking.
Are we going to get the Robin with a Y hood action figures anytime soon?
Oh, jeez.
So many people watched my watch party of that show because it was such a train wreck. It was like the attempt at an ACAB show that accidentally justified every single thing the police did. It was like, yeah, they were like shown as mean, but like Director X didn't understand that since the billionaire bad guy didn't own the building that the person got shot in, him going there and offering to give her $1 billion and put every single person in the project through school when she told him to go fuck himself, she screwed over an entire neighborhood and generation of people, totally justifying the next episode where they go in and do more stuff that allegedly it's evil, but by the middle it's like, well, Robin Hood did like steal everyone's car and set it on fire on TV. While she danced around in a glowing mask.
They hired a genius writing staff for that one.
Well, they hired people that were left over from Batgirl. I mean,
right, exactly.
And Batwoman. The people who actually thought that Batwoman was a really good idea after season 2.
It's funny you say that, Keith. When I first saw the trailer for that route, I'm sorry, T. I didn't mean to step in.
I thought they went right to Gotham Knight, that team.
Oh, maybe. No, but when I first saw the trailer for that Robin Hood, the first thing I thought of was that Batgirl show or Batwoman show. Batwoman, yeah. First
the show's so bad. The show's so bad that the only thing that was worse than that show was Star Trek Discovery when they finally put it on, according to the Nielsen ratings.
I would watch a making of either of those franchises, though. I want to see the making of Rob. I want to see a documentary on how Rob Yin Hood made it onto TV. He's like Director X smoking away on that blunt. Like, so you know what? You think you man? You think you man? You talk to a woman that way? Yo, man, this is what it's like. It's like your hero character had sex with so many partners that she emptied an entire cookie jar of condoms, stole a Bentley on TV. How is she heroic and how are the cops evil? Well, the cops are evil, man, because that's just how it is. But you think it's because they're white. But I have a Latino cop, so I'm not racist. I'm like, whoa. What the hell is this guy talking about?
Tig, I think he needs to change his name. He's no longer Director X. He's X-Director.
Doctor No. Doctor No more movies. Please, no more shows.
So I did find a copy of the photo for you, Keith. High res. The one you sent was low res.
Okay.
So I found a high res photo of the cast.
Oh, I did see this.
Oh, I can hardly wait to see shaved side of the head girl there's character.
Well, no, she is the engineer. Then you have Nathan Fillion. Then you have James Gunn. Then you have Hawk Woman or Hawk Girl in this case. Lois Lane, Metamorpho, Jimmy Olsen. That's the head of DC Studios, Peter Safran, Lex Luthor, Otis. The tall guy in the back with the hat, that's David Cornsweet. And then you have, let's see, it's Mr. Terrific. And then the blonde, that's Eve Teschmacher.
I really hate they're doing that.
Why is
Those
Otis
are characters from the film.
Well,
Yeah.
Otis and Miss Teschmacher are characters that were originally invented for the Donner Superman film.
Yeah.
And they're adding them into this new version.
And I don't like
where's
that.
Mercy? Where is she?
Well, that's the thing. Everybody was hoping for Mercy, but, you know.
Zach gave it to us for 25 seconds and blew her up for no reason.
Right.
Well, he also shot Jimmy Olsen in the head, so.
CIA agent Jimmy Olsen. Like, what the hell is going on in this stupid movie?
Oh, God.
What is that noise?
Where'd he go?
Shinatsky. There you
go. I muted him.
Shinatsky, I can send you a phaser, low yield
Hey, boss.
stun. We'll just
I got it.
Boss, take a look at the private chat.
Other Keith gets it. He's got the Star Trek shirt.
Okay. On the game night show, your show? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told him I'd ask.
I think his name is Otis Berg, Tim.
All right. So I'll see everybody later. Have a good one.
Later, buddy.
See you, John.
See ya.
Bye, John.
So, and again, here's the Tron picture that we got. So the staying true to the Tron thing. The red represents something. I'm not sure.
Well, I can tell you what it is. I mean, I sent you part of the description for it, but I can tell you what it is. It's called Tron Ares, and the story is this particular story would follow after the events of Tron Legacy, except that they're not going to be using pretty much any of the actors that you knew from Tron Legacy. Okay? So it's about AI.
Not much of a
story.
legacy, though, is it?
I know, right? This is the story's about AI. So this is coming from the people who are currently running Disney are the ones writing this. Okay?
Or is AI writing it?
Ooh. But basically, the story is this. A highly sophisticated program, Ares, who is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission, marking humanity's first encounter with AI beings. And it's directed by Johan Ronning, who had previously worked on Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and the sequel to Maleficent. Okay? And, of course, Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Cameron Manheim, and recently added Gillian Anderson to the cast. Notice.
Oh, she's got to do something now that she's not in the X-Files reboot.
So notice no other names listed. That's your cast for this upcoming movie. So basically, what the characters of the last film tried to stop happening ends up happening. Okay, again, these are the geniuses currently running Disney that if you watch Tron Legacy and realized what Sam did at the end of the movie to stop the bad guys, well, it doesn't mean anything now because the bad guys have crossed over.
The ghost of the machine is a spirit in the material world. I put it in the private chat, but I had to say it out loud. But if this is a cliffhanger at their rate of production, do any of us live long enough to see part 2? You know, I might be 85. It's like Tron 4. You finally got it. It's like, oh, who cares?
They set up a bunch of stuff in Tron Legacy, and they are not following through on any of the dangling storylines. This is almost.
They have to close this one off. They can't assume a sequel again. That so hurt that movie.
Well, and Jared Leto, I think, is replacing Cillian Murphy, who was actually in Tron Legacy. So I think his character,
he's listed as Ares himself on the.
Is Boxleitner in there? Is Boxleitner in there?
And he's not listed in the credits.
No.
Then it's not Tron.
Kind of hard because he is Tron.
Yeah.
So how can you call it Tron?
And he's Alan too. You need both characters.
Yeah,
and where's Sam?
Harry.
You know, I mean,
the only character here with a name is Jared Leto, and it's Eris.
Well,
we'll find out more.
You have to undo all the other movies, just like Terminator.
I might be skipping Tron Error.
Tron Error.
I like that. I love that.
You might be right about that, Edson. This could be another Terminator dismantled job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or a retelling or
deconstruction of Terminator.
Yeah.
We'll kill a CGI Tron in the first couple of minutes. He'll like die from his own toxic masculinity.
Yep. He'll get run over by a Tron
Yori.
cycle.
Yeah, that's how Yori died. He didn't listen to her.
Wow.
Been living with that all these years.
Thank you, woke Disney. Can see you guys creatively are still headed down the same direction you have been for years. Okay,
which reminds me,
where does it end? Are we going to all be at the May Day parade in St. Petersburg watching a Mickey Mouse float down Allen Street?
It ends when the stock gets tanked so low that Elon Musk swoops in and buys it on a song and fixes everything.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
right. Because we can't count on George. Every time Disney stock goes down, unless he unloaded that garbage, he gets a little poorer. The worse they get, the farther away it gets from him. Unless he unloaded it quick.
So,
but he might have. He's pretty smart.
This is in accordance to what we were just talking about with Terminator deconstruction. It's great because this time instead of the kid, it's Cameron sitting on the front of the bike with the Terminator. Hold on, time out, stop the bike. So let me get this straight. The T-800 sells drapes and goes by the name Carl, and John Connor dies in the first 5 minutes. Who wrote this shit? You did. 28 years from now, you join forces with Tim Miller and 6 screenwriters to urinate all over your own legacy. This is deep.
That's awesome. Where did you find that? I have to have that.
Here, I'm going to post it. I'll post it over on Twitter.
Wow.
On my personal page.
Hey, boss.
Here we go again.
Read this from Monkey James. Oh, man.
Wait for Cameron to have a fit.
Because, you know, he was related to Tron.
The
series.
TV show.
Yeah. Cameron is not going to like this.
No, he's not going to be happy over this at all. So we're here. We're about to wrap up. I did want to show this because I found this neat. This was an article that I found over on not Twitter, but Facebook by John Obendorfer over on the Ginny Gutter fan page, which I'm on. I love Ginny Gutter. And you know her from American Werewolf. She was the nurse that he falls in love with.
Yeah, Ginny Auger.
And there she is. That's Ginny Gutter and Jane Seymour posing with Forrest J. Ackerman at the famous, at least for sci-fi fans, because Forrest Ackerman is the one who coined the name sci-fi, much to the hatred of many science fiction writers at the time and science fiction fans. They hated it. I had people yell at me when I said sci-fi, and I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to keep saying it. Acker Mansion is what it's called. I've been there. It's really wonderful.
It was.
I did a painting that he had. I'm so angry at his son because his son shut down his website and just
betrayed him.
He betrayed him. Yeah, absolute betrayal by his son. But Forrest J. Ackerman was the shit, man. He was the shit. He brought us Famous Monsters of Movie Land magazine.
That was a great magazine. Right there with Starlog, Fangoria.
So many people grew up reading that, but here's the thing. They're still doing it now. But the people that have been running it are the people that have been running it for the last almost 20, 22 years now. They've had absolutely nothing to do with Forrest J. Ackerman.
And they're woke.
That's how
very much into identity politics.
Yeah. It's when I saw, first of all, I was fortunate enough to meet Forrest J. Ackerman, the co-creator of cosplay. And it was an absolute joy to meet this man. And he was at a convention where it just seemed like a lot of people didn't know who the heck he was. And that's sad because
I see that at the Comic-Cons with some of the older
you've got to know, you've got to do a little bit of research. And sometimes I'm mad at the cons themselves for not.
Got to.
You got to use the red string sometimes, you know. But you've got to make sure that people understand, especially young people, who a lot of these people are, because really Forrest J. Ackerman is the one who basically set all of this up how we're living now.
Yeah,
Every person,
we wouldn't be what we are.
Yeah,
if
without
it weren't for that man.
Yeah,
you live with all of your stuff around you. Well, that's what the Ackermansion was. He just bought a lot of really fancy, a lot of famous stuff. His wife dealt with it. I mean,
he had the
put it up
robot
on-
from the silent movie.
from
Metropolis.
Metropolis.
He had he was one of the people that got the full and complete Dracula costume, along that included the necklace and the ring.
And he ended up with the master of the Nosferatu mask in hand.
Oh wow!
Yeah. He had all of and more. All of this.
I
in a
do
house.
believe, wasn't it his copy that was used in the movie Fright Night?
I think so. He was just that good.
There she is, Jenny Getter.
She's really
How
good.
do eyes get that big?
Quaaludes? She's in the worst Michael Caine movie, in my opinion.
More like
if you've ever seen, and it's so stunning that this was the same people who did Superman, but there's an America-hating movie, like the Vietnam War ended and then people just hadn't had enough of it yet, called The Eagle Has Landed. It's the worst Michael Caine movie, and it's got Jenny Agutter in it. It is absolutely stupid. Standout performance by the translator from the movie, the intelligence officer from Patton, explaining to everybody that the movie is stupid in cryptic ways. It's like, why are we here?
I did find it funny though at the end, because it's based on, I think that's another Alistair McLean story, and
it's a double rug pull.
Because I saw it as a kid, and I liked it as a kid because, you know, he's there to assassinate Churchill, and it ends up just it's not really Churchill, it's one of his doubles.
He pulls off his mission, but yeah, then they're like, well, good thing we had this double of Churchill. And then like just the movie ends, and hero of the movie, Nazi Donald Sutherland, walks off and joins the IRA, which has no bad implications on the people of my father's homeland at all. I don't know what they found, the stupidest part of England where nobody was loyal to Britain at all. They're like, well, we'll be over soon and the gems will be here and we'll have all our rights. It's just like the stupidest people in England.
It's crazy because it's written by Tom Mankiewicz and directed by John Sturges.
It's the Superman people.
A great director and a great fucking writer.
Right?
Larry Hagman pulls out the Colonel from the Superman movie. It's the exact same freaking character, and he gets the movie's villain's death. No, the Colonel from Superman, the one that's like, all right, let me make sure you give her. I'll step in, men, and give her chest compressions. So Miss Tessmacher fakes the medical emergency when they
Larry Hagman.
Larry Hagman.
Larry Hagman's in there, and Robert Duvall's a colonel.
Yeah,
too.
didn't you say Larry Hagman? I thought that's what you said.
I said Larry Hagman.
He did. He said Larry Hagman.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
My spirit animal, Larry Hagman. I read his book, and I would love to have a life just like that, except for the part where he didn't have sex with Barbara Eden.
Thank God that didn't end with, I would love to have Larry Hagman.
I got a shot now, right? He's been dead 10 years. He's not going to say no.
Wait. He didn't at all.
He said right out, they're like, is it true that they brought a group of Catholic nuns to the set to see I Dream of Jeannie, and you were so high that you got aggravated and attacked them with a fire axe? He's like, I sure did. And they went to his daughter, and they're like, what was it like being Larry Hagman's daughter? She's like, he was a great dad until the day we dropped the LSD together, and he explained to me what his life was really like, and I've been afraid of him a little bit ever since, but he's a good pal. I like hanging out with him. It was the weirdest freaking thing. And I was like, wow. And Larry Hagman's just like, yeah, so I did a whole bunch of cocaine and drank all day. And it's like, holy shit, this Keith Richards got nothing on this guy.
Wow.
You know, Keith Richards
he was
sat there and went, amateur.
Keith is like, you know what, Larry, I'm going to go home because I've got to make 90. He's going to be with cockroaches after
Keith
the
Richards
apocalypse
is like,
happens.
he doesn't even have to do drugs anymore. He just needs to cut a finger and suck on his own blood.
Yep, that's it.
Ever since he fell out of that coconut tree, he's been sober. I'm going to go climb a coconut tree, guys. I'll be right back.
By the way, that is not
Save
the only
myself a trip
film
to Betty
where
Ford.
he played a Yahtzee, Donald Sutherland, because he plays a Yahtzee in Eye of the Needle too.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But,
Another
anybody who
stinker of a film. It gets a
if
high
you're in a
rating.
bad marriage,
but
watch
it's
that
fake.
movie.
That movie tanked.
He's
he's
terrible
one
in
of my
it, too.
favorite actors. He's really one
He's
of my
not
favorite
good in
actors.
that
But his
particular
Irish
movie,
accent
though.
is really terrible,
Yes, and Eye of the Needle
he
is such a
doesn't
bad
know,
movie.
and I don't like it when
But his best line ever is.
That's true. When your best line ever is nonverbal, that says something about your voice. It really does.
By the way, my favorite scene in that movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, was when he's a health inspector and he's at a restaurant and he says, "This looks like a rat turd." That is not a rat turd. That is a caper. If it is a caper, eat it. And he goes, "No."
Jeez, that's in the first 5 minutes. After that, the movie's all downhill. You didn't like when Spock put it all together for him. He's like,
I love that film. I love that movie.
I love that film.
I
think
love
it's a
that
great
film because
remake.
it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
it scared the shit out of me. My
A
parents
lot
had
of kids
no
who
idea.
grew up with that movie will tell you that movie will scare you something fierce.
Because you
deceptively
want a
rated.
happy ending so badly that he's still alive. And when Veronica
Cartwright
comes walking up to him, then he does the at her. It's like, no. I remember as a kid, I'm like, oh, no.
Wait, from The Simpsons?
No, Veronica Cartwright.
Oh, no, I'm thinking Nancy Cartwright.
From
Okay,
Lost
sorry.
in Space.
Oh
no,
her
that's her
sister.
Oh, that was her sister.
They're sisters.
Right?
They're sisters. I knew that.
Yeah, Veronica
That's
is the
two
eldest of the
sisters
two.
I would love to. When I was like 18, I would have hooked up with both of them. I was like, man, I had a crush on Penny as a kid.
Oh,
I'm like,
geez.
yeah, if I could get
They're
my
the
way.
same
When I was
age. It's like me liking Alyssa Milano
18.
until she opened up her mouth.
Who?
It's like I said, they're the same age. Gary's allowed to be into Penny because I'm the same age as what's her face?
Yeah, but I said
Alyssa
who?
Milano.
Oh,
Alyssa Milano. So I'm like, oh,
she
she was
started
cute,
talking, and I lost.
Yeah,
anything
Twitter.
for her.
Mm-hmm.
She starts every tweet with, I don't know who needs to hear this. And it's all caps and ends with, so fuck you. And I'm like, wow, I'm not reading this.
So what's the inflation rate on Penny these days?
Good question. Hold on, let me go over to get to the blue book.
Is she
on
like a whole
Penny.
dollar now?
Yeah, the Penny blue book says she's worth $15 now.
Whoa, monkey.
A penny in 1967 got you some candy, so it has to be worth as much as a Snickers. So a penny in 1966.
Is it really $15 now? No, it can't be.
Let's
that
do
high.
the. I can figure that out. I have
bucks,
the,
same as downtown?
Blue book on pennies. It's like,
no, I have the Bureau of Labor Statistics catalog, statistics calculator. I can calculate the buying power of money in any year.
But
so what about this whole bond thing?
I'm gonna go to one of the pages
what?
on her IMDb.
LeBron?
Let's see. She is
Bond.
Oh, Bond. What about Bond?
Yeah, she is the younger sister of Angela Cartwright that played Penny in Lost in Space.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
and I've never
Cartwright-
seen them together ever. I've never seen a photo of the two of them.
That's why I got them confused.
It's
I
like
have-
really weird. It's like Warren Beatty. You hardly ever catch a photo of Warren Beatty with his sister.
Yep.
And everybody knows who his sister is, right?
Shirley MacLaine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Out there.
Don't fall off the
Shirley.
mountain.
So is there
He
Bond
is-
news that I'm not aware of?
Jeez. Well, I don't know how to feel about this. Let me get the link, and we can talk about this right here. Oh, we're over by a minute, 3 minutes so far. All it is that Barbara Broccoli has announced that basically, yes, the era with Daniel Craig is over.
Well, he's dead. It's pretty obvious.
And we're moving on. And I'm not very, because look, GQ is not GQ anymore. GQ became Identity Politics in the late 2000s, and I gave up on them. I went back to just reading Cigar Aficionado for manly stuff. But I do find it interesting in the article that they have a photo of Alan Richardson in the photo. And it's like, so they're alluding to the fact that there's going to be some new casting going on. I'm not impressed with this kid. I don't know what anybody fucking likes about that dude. I don't think he's a very good actor. He's got a weird face. This guy.
Who is
He's in that. No, I'm just accept him. This dude's really cool in my book.
Yes.
He's the one that plays the Craven the
Kick-Ass, and he's
Kick-Ass
Craven
and
the
Craven the
Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah.
He was so nerdy and Kick-Ass, but now he's like grown up.
Quicksilver.
He's got the 3 names. I can't think of them though.
He doesn't mind looking macho, and Alan Richardson clearly doesn't mind. This dude, that looks like something a woman would wear. That's just weird looking.
Is Alan even British?
No. Alan Richardson? No, I don't think so.
No.
Then
he's out.
But he is the king of swole.
That's the thing. The whole
this guy Barry Keoghan, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he was the Joker. And
I can hardly wait to never watch him as the Joker.
Yeah, and he was also in the Eternals.
Oh,
I like this guy, but he's
not Bond material.
Bond. No,
so far I've seen nothing. I'm not seeing anything.
This guy looks like he's got a unibrow going on. Yeah,
keep going.
Now Cavill
would be good, but Cavill
he'd be great, but he's out.
Yeah, he's out, and he doesn't want anything.
Craig
to do
saw
with
his what do you call it? The audition tape.
Mm-hmm.
And was like, I got to go up against this guy, because he was perfect for it. But
when he was in Mission Impossible, that was really Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He
could.
I think he could pull it off.
Yeah,
he's not British though. He's American, isn't he? Oh,
I thought
is he
British?
Yeah,
he's British.
Oh, he is. Oh.
Yeah. No.
What the?
I like this kid. But he's better in comedy than he is in anything.
But that's not a recent picture of him.
No.
I will tell you, it doesn't matter because he still looks exactly like this.
Well, he worked out.
He would have been good as It because he was the first It.
Yeah,
that was going to happen until what's his name took over.
But he got swole. He got swole, and he was in Volume 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy. Taron Egerton is too short.
Too short and too pleasant. He's got a very amiable face.
Yeah,
one of those faces that just no.
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 Too much money. Too well known.
Too old too.
Yep. Maybe.
I don't know.
He's too good looking. He's too
pretty.
good looking.
Kind of like Pierce Brosnan was.
No, he would not look good as a Bond. Idris would look good as an older Bond.
Henry Golding, that's a bad picture of Henry Golding. And you know what? This is the guy that should have been Shang-Chi, is my opinion. He should have been cast.
He's a better actor.
Yeah, he's a way better actor. He should have been Shang-Chi.
Well, if they reboot the whole Bond thing and do period pieces, he could be Dr. No.
This guy looks dumpy. No.
Maybe.
He's a good actor, but his head looks weird.
He needs. First of all, they need to choose a better picture for him for this article.
Thank you for reading with us. Your head looks weird.
I got to tell you, the kid, he's got a look to him.
He's got a look, but he's too pretty. Too pretty to be Bond.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't think he's too pretty.
Because
he's very metro.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie Campbell Bower? No.
Maybe
he's not English, so no.
Yeah. No.
Robert Pattinson? Fuck no.
Well, he could do it because that whole Batman
He's
thing
a good
is not
actor,
happening.
but I've lost interest in him thanks to the Batman.
Yeah.
This guy's a really good actor, but I don't think he's right for Bond. He'd make good for a villain, though. Man.
Yeah. No.
Harry Styles.
Heck no.
Another big fuck no. What's wrong with his face? It looks like somebody
Orlando Bloom yet?
It's like
this is
somebody
another
sliced
Bond
the
villain.
center of his face out and squished it together.
Yeah.
It just looks really narrow.
It's like an
weird.
Easter Island statue.
Yeah. There's the
Yes.
guy, but he should be older Bond.
Yeah, well,
should
because
be
he's
playing-
52, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Idris
He'd be
Elba
good
is
for
out of
Q.
the running.
I mean, not Q, but M. He'd be perfect for M.
Yeah.
There
he's
you
out of
go.
the running. He's too old. And on top of that, he's no longer interested in being Bond, as
That's
I've
too
been
bad.
saying for the longest time. Remember what you were hearing around the time that the final movie came out. And
I can't get it out of my head. He would be perfect as
yeah, he
M.
would.
Yeah.
Oh, as M, yeah. He'd be a great Bond too, but he's too old.
But here's the thing. You notice how you kept hearing all these names because their agents were putting them forth. Notice how you've heard nothing from any of these guys.
Well, he already shot it down.
Yeah,
he shot it down. Jamie Dornan,
nah.
Weird.
Did
face.
Orlando
Weird
Bloom
face.
come up at all? Is he in the conversation?
Orlando Bloom's pushing it as far as age.
Bailey, if he's English, I don't know if he's English. It has to have those ears tucked in, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've already
He's
had
got
enough
the,
with Daniel Craig's ears.
Well, him and
Whereas
Lazenby.
some people refer to him when he got cast Gollum.
George Lazenby had big
Did anybody
ears,
see
too.
that when Daniel Craig got cast? Like there was this huge thing that was going big, calling him Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
I must have been distracted by the fact that he was wearing that vest when they had him on the boat.
I love this
river.
guy, Tom Hardy, but I don't know if he'd be right for Bond.
No, he would cost. He's too well known. He's too well known.
Yeah, we need to stick with someone not so well known.
He's capable, but yeah, he might be too well known. This dude,
He's got Clint Eastwood eyes. What's up with this guy with the school?
This guy does not look like Bond.
He
And
does
can,
have a
can I just say
Clint Eastwood.
this? I don't want another Bond where they simply reduce him to a
My name
super
is
tough
Bond.
merc who's only just so smart. Daniel Craig's iteration of Bond was just a tough merc.
No, he would
too
work.
short.
Tom Holland's too sweet.
Too short.
Yeah, no, I
like
can't take
5'4".
Tom Holland beating the crap.
Now
out of
Richard Madden is a good actor.
You don't
he
hear
pull it off.
You don't hear his agent putting him for any of that because
No.
here's the twist. Here's the twist in all of this.
No.
Yeah, you got all these guys who you are
No.
having in this article who could be
No.
Bond, but we're all basing it on what we've known in the past. Okay.
I like Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult is currently
Bond villain for Holt.
Another good one. Luke Evans, good
Luke
actor.
Evans, first gay Bond. That's if he got hired.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
yes.
he gay?
How about
Yes.
Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah, but the character doesn't need to be gay, for God's sake.
No. But I mean, what
I'm one of
saying
those
is-
people that like, why do gay people have to play gay people in movies? It's dumb. It's
no,
called
that's
acting.
it. That's what the press is going to put out there if he got the part.
Right? Rock Hudson played nothing but tough straight guys. It can
That's
be
right.
done.
Here's the thing. They are changing who Bond is.
Tim
which
says
is-
you're the next Bond.
Which is yeah. Well, I'm not British, so they're changing who Bond is, which is part of the reason why Idris Elba and Henry Cavill went, I'm out. As soon
Can
as
you
she put
imagine?
that out, he's out. All of them just decided I'm not playing the part because if you're going to change who Bond is, that's part of the whole thing. You want to be surrounded by women. You want to be macking on the ladies. You want to all that other stuff. They're going to take that away. They're gonna make
I
James
see-
Bond for a
Explain again
modern
what-
audience.
Explain again
Bond,
what Barbara Broccoli
James
said.
Bond, they, them.
She has decided that it's time to make Bond more responsible,
More modern.
to make him more modern, to make him someone who could have a relationship with one woman throughout the entire movie and have a love interest and all of that stuff.
Timothy
And-
Dalton did that twice.
And the moment that you do that, you're really trying to change the character.
They already
Now-
kind of snuck it into the last movie with the daughter and everything.
Well, that's the thing. No, that's a different timeline.
No, I know,
That
but
is-
they already started sneaking that kind
Yes,
of
they are.
ideology in.
A lot of what you saw in with Daniel Craig towards the end is them testing stuff out for the
Yep.
next Bond. And since Amazon now controls the rights, you're gonna get a very woke Bond. Is really what you're gonna get. So that's the reason why you have a lot of actors who were originally up for it suddenly going, well, I got other things to do. Why Henry Cavill suddenly became busy and he's no longer answering questions about Bond. He's out of the running. Why Idris Elba went, nope, I'm not interested. Why Richard Madden doesn't answer the phone anymore or answer questions about, because they all want to be Bond the same way you saw it with Sean Connery.
Yep.
And all of the previous actors who had all of those experiences in all those films, they want that Bond. But that's not the Bond that Barbara Broccoli is interested in presenting. So a lot of them are out.
A spy is not going to be a family man. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
When
You
Hollywood
call that
sends
stupid
their
TV
bonds-
adaptation of True Lies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just look, it worked in the movie as a comedy, but it did not work as a TV show. It was stupid because right from the beginning, she's a spy with him. It's just dumb. And it's almost as even worse is the new TV version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's just fucking stupid. I tried to get through episode 1 and I'm like, this is just dumb.
It's
This is
modern
not
day
well thought out.
sensibilities. It doesn't work. It doesn't work when you're dealing with why Bond as a character was created. You know, it's a lifelong bachelor's fantasy.
Male escapism.
It's male escapism. And if you curtail that, then you're not really making Bond, and it makes him no better or no different than a lot of the stuff that we're talking about now.
Right.
So
Yeah,
what's
it's
the
like,
point?
why make him if he's not going to be interesting and
You know,
different? So
and he's a character of a certain age. You cannot have a Bond that is 50. Even Sean Connery talked about that in interviews. He goes, "You can't have a Bond in his 50s. Period.
No, I mean,
it
you
will
can
not work."
Look at Diamonds Are Forever when he was starting to age. This was bad. And
you
Roger
can't-
Moore at the end was over.
that's a
60.
weird
to a
fucking
kill,
movie.
yeah.
That is a
70
weird movie.
years
Well,
old.
don't forget the side Bond film with Connery.
Never Say Never Again.
Never Say Never Again.
Doesn't really
which
work.
was about an older Bond.
Yes.
That was part of the plot, was that he
Yes.
was older. And
My
it
favorite
worked for
Bond
that
girl.
reason.
Yeah. It's just
Him and the villain, Largo.
it's just that you got to be realistic, which is the reason why if you're choosing a Bond, it definitely has to be someone who's not even close to 50 because you want to make multiple movies. You
Yeah.
can't have that's what I kept arguing about Idris Elba because like
get two
you know,
movies in, it'd be done.
He was 5 years away. And you had people going, "Oh, he's going to be Bond. He's going to be Bond." It's like, no, he's too. You can only make one movie with him, and then you can't do it. Whoever's going to be Bond will probably be somebody, hopefully in their 30s, not yet 40, so you can at least get 3 movies.
Right, because it takes 3 to 4 years to make one of these things.
That's right.
It's all practical.
They used to be able to do it in a year. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
So, but hey, in the immortal words of Brian,
That's it. Show's over.
we are wrapping it up. Got to get out of here. I got other shit.
You
to
got
do.
work to do, Gary.
Yeah, man.
We're holding you up.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. But I want to thank everybody for being here. It was good to see White Keith here. Delta 6 joined us for the first time ever.
Thank you.
And of course, Teague was here. He joined us, and Shanatsky. And who else joined us? Somebody else joined us. That had John. John dropped in. Thus Wolfen dropped in for a little bit. It was good to see him. I'm sorry he got sick from the bad food poisoning.
Oh, that's awful.
T-Bell strikes again.
T-Bell. Look, when you get leftovers, refrigerate immediately. Don't let them sit out.
And even
it's just beans. No, there are animal fats in that.
Even then, you should be very careful. It's T-Bell
48 hours maybe max. Yeah.
T-Bell is not like a lot of other fast foods. T-Bell is something different.
Pizza is one of those few things that is so carbonized that you can. I've eaten it when it sat out overnight and been fine. Weirdest thing I've ever seen with left out pizza. My when I was in fake college, Martin, my buddy, he dipped it in syrup.
Pizza in syrup?
Yep. He says it's got sausage and it's basically just a big flat pancake. I said, but it also has cheese
and
tomatoes.
Tomato sauce. Yeah.
And I just don't want to do it. No, thank you.
That's too much of a gaseous combination there.
Yes, it is.
That's going to do something. So
yeah. So I need to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank Andy Morrow for being here, Penny, Anima Confusa, Dragon Ruse, Read by Nature, Kingsport Cow, Reed Wade, Real Wade Nation, Scribe Light, War Monkey, Sammy Threepeat, Shitatsky, who is also here with us, Radioactive, E. Clay Thomason, Peter Vinkman Fansite, aka Vinkman's Girl, Lady V Elements, Geek Time TV, who is also on the show, Tim, FKHC 2005, Parrot Head, Words and Pictures, Destiny Captain, and of course our good friend Monkey Jeebus. Anybody else? Cam was here. Cam's Crash Courses was here. Zacharot 315. I appreciate all you guys dropping in. With that, do me a favor. Fuck off and enjoy your Friday. Go watch some Nerdrotic or
watch my show.
No,
watch Admiral Teague.
It's
there we go.
It's not. No, it's really good. Watch Teague. Watch Teague.
Please. I'd love to have you all. And guys, thanks for having me here. Gerry, I got something you're gonna love. I'll tell you as soon as we're clear.
Okay. And by the way, that's the single gayest thing said on the show today. I loved having you.
Thank you. I've been waiting the whole show to say that.
You bet, baby.
Wait. Don't close the show yet. Let me post something in the private chat. Is the link for Dick's show?
Oh God! Please don't be a dick pic. Please don't be a dick pic.
I cannot post that in the private chat.
My phone doesn't have landscape mode. I can't take those. Thank you. Keith got it. Keith gets it. He's had that problem. That's right, my brother.
Yeah, everybody keeps sending me Richard Nixon and Richard Burton photos.
Keith, they'll never know our pain. They'll never know our pain, my friend.
Okay, Martin, what am I waiting for?
For this?
Oh, there we go.
Thank
okay.
you, Martin. I love you, man. You're the best.
You made it too, man.
All right. In the immortal words of Brian, fuck off, mate.